It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com from the Ride the Lightning CD. That is For Whom the Bell Tolls, some Metallica right there. And
Neeley, I just got to tell you, that song was not nearly as good as Brandon or Glitter.
Well, anyway, I thought that segment with our good friend Tim James from Australia was pretty funny, and I think you took him to school, and I don't think he could possibly disagree with your synopsis that anything from the first 5 Motley Crue releases could be possibly better than anything post 1992.
Well, dude, that was my whole point, is like, okay, if you want to make that claim, I'm going to go song by song, and I'm going to fucking pull it apart. And I'm going to take the worst 2 songs from the fucking album that he holds up as album of all time, and I'm going to say, find me something better.
And he didn't. And he didn't.
He didn't. He couldn't.
But you know what? Regardless of Tim's convictions with his likes or dislikes or whatever, I gotta admire the guy for standing up for what he believes and arguing his point with you.
And by standing up, you mean leaning against a wall so he didn't fall down?
Nice. Well, I got to tell you, dude, and this is totally off the subject.
All right.
You know, back in the 90s, or the late 80s, early 90s, I worked in a nightclub, back in the day.
Right, back in the day.
Well, the owner of the nightclubs that I worked with, they were kind of my pseudo parents, and I want to say hello to Nellie and Carl because they're tuned in tonight.
So Neeley worked with Nellie?
Neeley worked with Nellie. Yes.
What the fuck is that about? They're tuned in tonight?
Yeah, they're tuned in. I just got off the phone with Nellie, and she's my mom. She's my beloved mother, so I love you, Mom.
So Nellie, does she look like Sarah Jessica Parker?
That's because I'm here, because I'm a club owner, so they tuned in.
That's it.
That's exactly what it is. But they had the most kick-ass club in the high desert, Mr. Chef Bill. If you're familiar with the Victor Valley area, they had a big club out there called the Pegasus back in the day. And we used to have shows out there like Foghat and Blue Oyster Cult and the Outlaws and Robin Trower and different bands and artists came out there to the.
Wow, if that was today, you guys would have been running a state fair.
Exactly. But this was back in 89, 90, and it was a big deal then. So they're tuned in and listen to the Classic Metal Show.
What's their names?
Nellie and Carl.
Well, hello, Nellie and Carl. Thanks for tuning in.
Right. So she called me.
You all worried that I'm going to say something shitty.
Nah, not at all. Believe me, you could go head to head with Nellie, and she'll take you to school.
Bring her on the phone.
I'd love to. Believe me. Believe me.
Well, dude, I have to give an admission here. I am plenty fucked up on this fucking apple pie.
Now, see, you guys mentioned this apple pie stuff, and people are thinking this is actual apple pie, but really, what is it? What is it you're drinking?
Apple pie moonshine.
What is it? What's in it?
Apples. I'll give you my recipe, but I got to kill you afterwards.
No, don't give the recipe. Just what kind of alcohol in it?
It's made with 191 Everclear. And by the time we put the syrup in there, that comes out about 130 proof. He's had like 4 Coke cups full of it, like Coke glasses, the old Coke glasses, like 4 of them. Yeah.
Well, Bill, where do you buy Everclear these days? Where is that available?
Kentucky, Pennsylvania. Come on, man! You're trying to get me in trouble over here.
No, do they still? do they still sell it commercially?
Yeah, but you have to go to Kentucky or Pennsylvania sells them.
Do you really?
Like yeah.
Because I remember, 15, maybe even 20 years ago, you could buy Everclear like in Indiana and Ohio, but they outlawed it.
Well, you can still buy it, but they only give it to you in limited things, and you actually have to sign like this sheet so they know you're not making moonshine. So they only sell you certain volumes of it. So,
well, I'll say this: I literally have drank probably what would amount to about 20 shots of this shit.
Yeah, well, I brought a whole gallon for
a gallon. You brought a gallon.
Yeah,
and we
are you now? Let me ask you something.
A half gallon. I still have to drive through Twinsburg. I hope the fucking cops don't listen to this radio station.
Well, Bill, let me ask you something. Are you leaving whatever's left with Chris? Because that's just a dangerous proposition.
I am. It's come on. You can't bring a present to a house.
Oh, that's a present.
Yeah, that's a present.
Yeah.
How much of it have you consumed since you've been on the CMS in the last 2 hours?
Half a gallon.
Wow.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, I am flying.
Wow.
I wanted my presents to be memorable.
Well, it's definitely memorable. Holy shit, is this stuff potent? But the thing is, Neely, I mean, I swear to God, it tastes like apple pie. There's no alcohol taste at all.
Yeah,
so,
crazy, man.
but it would be better if you could sing "She's My Cherry Pie," but I guess you have to change the lyrics to "She's My Apple Pie."
Do you want me to sing it? Dude, don't you have the fucking white trash tune?
Oh yeah, apple pie, the song.
Come on, bro.
Let me pull it up real quick.
Pull that up and play me some dedication music.
Apple pie.
You know, it's like, holy shit, there's an apple pie song?
Yeah, there is an apple pie song.
Of course there is.
We also have peach pie. Okay. So there, you can play that peach
hair pie.
Well, when you say we, who's we?
My club. Yeah.
And you actually serve this drink?
We do.
Really?
Apple pie, peach pie, and then we have a strawberry banana too sometimes.
Wow.
And from some of the mutual girls we've been talking about that we both know, hair pie.
Hair pie, yeah.
All right, here we go, Chris.
All right, let's hear some apple pie. You didn't know this existed, did you?
No. Nice dance and really thing.
Walking through the ghetto on a Sunday afternoon, and I was dressed with 15, started shining off the moon. When I saw her and she saw me, they were got together and spent on love. She was talking about love, love, love. Talking about.
All right, there you go, Bill. Little apple pie. Those guys would fill out that Z-Plex in no time. White trash.
Yeah, if you booked them for 40 shows.
Yeah, I think we might need a good opening band.
I don't think white trash is quite going to fill up the Z-Plex.
Yeah, no. 22,000 square feet, holds 1,256 people.
Wow,
Now, all right, Bill, I'm going to ask you about a rumor that I've heard. And
Yes.
tell me yes or no. Sammy Hagar.
I have heard that rumor too. Yeah. I would say yes. Sammy Hagar, Y&T's coming. Sammy. Yeah, I've heard a couple good rumors. So.
See that, Neely? Sammy Hagar at the Z-Plex.
Wow, look at him. Mas Tequila.
Mas Tequila.
I have that too. I carry that. Yeah.
I've drank that with Sammy. Holy shit.
That guy sold that for $500 million.
Yes, he did.
$500 million.
$500 million. Meanwhile, we're struggling to fucking make $1,200 to pay rent.
I'm making apple pie in my sink in the back kitchen. That's all.
Nice.
Let me ask you something, Chef Bill.
That's worth of shit there, Chris. You owe me one, right?
Oh, nice.
How did you even come into contact with a louse like Chris Aiken? How did that even happen?
I know how it happened. Go ahead. If you don't know, I'll answer.
Okay, answer. Good.
Facebook.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was definitely social media. It was Facebook. And then we both had a little common ground. I started supporting him. He started supporting me. And then I went to a couple of shows. He showed up at my place. He did a couple interviews. And, yeah, that's where it went from there.
When you say supporting you, do you happen to have a PayPal button on your Facebook page?
No. Stop it.
Hail and Kill Caller, you're on the air.
Apple pie, slice of your pie, or McDonald's American pie. Hail and kill.
Is this Timbo again?
That's
Timbo again.
Oh, Jesus.
Tim
Are you
is-
serious?
Tim is hysterical, man. He loves us.
Why are you allowed back on here?
Because it's noon over in Australia, and he loves us.
Oh, my God. Okay. Next week, no Timbo.
So since you're guest here on the Classic Metal Show, there, Chef Bill, in the 2.5 hours you've been here, what's your impression of the show?
I'll tell you what, man, I'm having a blast. Honestly, it's laid back, it's comfortable, it's funny, it's very informative. I mean, your guys' knowledge is just sick. Okay, I don't know a quarter of the shit you're talking about. Okay, so if I wasn't drinking apple pie, I might have learned something tonight.
Let me tell you, Neely. So here, I'm going to paint the picture. So Bill comes in and he's got all these papers with him, and he's got like notes and notes and notes.
I haven't even looked at it once.
Yeah, he's got all these notes, and let me tell you where the notes are right now. And where's my phone? I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna put it up on Facebook here in a second. But literally, the notes are underneath all of the fucking beer bottles and cups, because the show, he came in all prepared to be like all serious guy and whatnot, and that doesn't fucking happen on this bitch.
Well, I was afraid you guys would ask me hard questions, and I figured it was just better to duck out. So I just ducked out of this shit, and I left it alone.
Well, were any questions too difficult to ask? That's the question I have.
Yeah, the ones I ducked out of, they were too difficult to ask.
They were very difficult questions. You claim that you're a Motley Crue fan, but you couldn't answer any questions about Motley. You liked Metallica. Couldn't tell me what
Settle down.
your favorite album was.
Neely, right? Yeah, settle down. Calm down. Cut me a break, man. I'm not Timbo. Calm down. Neely, you're not going to treat me like Aiken treated Timbo, are you, please?
No, absolutely not. In fact, I'm really looking forward to coming to the Z-Plex, enjoying some of your wings, maybe even doing a live broadcast from that place.
I mean, I would love that. You guys would have a great time, I'm telling you.
I don't doubt it. I'm very jealous that Chris is only a couple of minutes away from your establishment there, and the fact that he gets to frequent that place fairly often because it sounds like a cool place.
Well, Neely, you could bring the special guest down next week, and then we could all drive back to your place together fucking Saturday.
Sure.